all ready to go and we're all set up now. We're all live. So thank you very much for joining on to LFC Transfer Room. So yeah, big result today, 5-1. I think much needed for sure. Good God, do we need that? Yeah, I'll definitely ask about your point of view, John. I think that was needed after the United game. I think yeah, just the whole match in general. That's probably the first game in a while I've thoroughly enjoyed. But we'll start from the beginning, Johnny. What did you think? I didn't even want to go over the game first. I want to go over the team sheet. So we'll start with the team sheet. What's your thoughts on the team sheet when it first came out? Was it exactly what you predicted or what you expected, or what was your thoughts overall?
Midfield is exactly what I predicted in videos that I've done. The defense, I didn't expect Kirkes to miss out, if I'm being completely honest. I thought he would play. I called Frimpong coming in, so I wasn't surprised about that. Yeah, we've got someone else here right now.
Yeah, Brian, hi, how you doing? This is Brian from a Frankfurt fan, which is always good to have. So welcome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a today's match was a little bit of a kick in the down belows, if you know what I mean. It's whenever you get a confidence shaker, there's nothing better than having a late equalizer. You concede on the Sunday and then you come into the Wednesday match, you're thinking, all right, what can go wrong now? You know what, like anything's on the table now. Concede 5 in a row. Yeah, it was a rough one, but hey, you know what, at the end of the day, this is just one of 8 matches, fellas. There's plenty of points left to go. There's 5 matches left to go. We can both finish in the top 8 and not have to worry about matches, European matches until March again.
Absolutely.
Optimism. Optimism is what it's all about.
For sure. So listen, that's been our point of view, I'd say, the last month or so. So we've been trying to, we fully understand your kind of point of view. That's where we've been for the last couple of weeks. So, Brian, that's definitely your point of view in terms of the opposition side, what you thought about ourselves and how you felt you guys played. But I wanted to run through Johnny in terms of his team sheet. He was just running through what his team sheet was. So we'll pick back up and then I'll get your point of view from there as well, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, thanks. So carrying on from a minute ago, midfield, what I thought it would be. I was surprised that Robertson came in. I thought Kirkes would play a bit more today, maybe come off in 60th minute for Robertson, but nonetheless, he played. The attack was...
Robertson's Scottish, isn't he? Last time we checked.
Yeah.
We don't do well against the Scottish. Scottish individual players, they play against us for life and money. They just look like world beaters. Oliver Burke, Scottish international, played for Union Berlin. He had a hat trick in like 15 minutes against us early this season. It made me want to throw my head through a wall, which, I wouldn't be talking to you guys if I had.
Yeah, no, those damn Scots, hey. But no, Robertson, I thought he played all right today for us, but I'll get into that in a bit more. Attack-wise, I was pretty happy with it, if I'm being honest. I thought Gakpo would have been the only person that was playing that I thought maybe wouldn't be playing today. Nevertheless, I was happy with it. Seeing Ekitike, Isak, and Wirtz all together really made me happy to see that at the start of the game. But yeah, I was happy with it. I can't complain. Jones, I thought, came in and did... I think he's now cemented his place, if you want my opinion. I thought he was sensational today. The guys that came in, Wirtz, Ekitike, and Jones, I think, are the 3 that are starting for sure against Brentford on Saturday.
Yeah. Jones actually had one of the highest percentage in terms of pass completions.
Doesn't surprise me.
He touched the ball the most as well, like 140. I know some people criticize where he holds the ball too long, but 96, pass completion. He passed the ball 127 times, completed 122, and 144 touches as well. I think he was a solid performer today as well, which I know some people are on the fence with Jones, but I think the past 2 games, even the United game, he was here and there, wasn't he? So, totally. I'll switch over to you, Brian, in terms of your thoughts of the game today from your perspective. How did you think you guys played? What was your perspective in terms of Liverpool? Was Liverpool good, or was it just Frankfurt in terms of just not being up to the standards that you used to?
Well, okay, so I will I will be able to answer this all in one. The Eintracht attack, when it does come to them breaking out, as you guys saw on that that lone goal scoring counterattack, you guys suddenly looked at that and you're like, oh crap. And that's actually what, so you will be maybe a little bit surprised, but Eintracht Frankfurt has the second best goal scoring squad of the Bundesliga. Only beaten by Bayern, would obvious when you've got the money that only maybe 10 clubs have in the world. Yeah, you're able to usually assemble a pretty darn good squad. And when half of the Bundesliga is the kind of teams that budgetary wise, because Germany is a fiscally conservative country, especially with the way that they run their football clubs, some of those clubs will just be like the upper echelon, if not just above what the English Championship is for some of the clubs. And then, those guys are just can get walled by Bayern very easily. But Eintracht Frankfurt's also got like the worst defense this season. Like we made all these good, wonderful attacking acquisitions. Ritsu Doan has been great, the Japanese international, and Liverpool really closed him down, so he was a non-entity today. The Eintracht team, honestly, center of the midfield, we knew that Larson still had a lot of room to grow. He looked like a ghost, which, considering how whiter than the average Englishman is, says a lot right there. The central defense has been weak. Robin Koch has been a championship level, English championship, like maybe a starter for Blackpool level at best.
And for League One, then.
He will have his moments where you're just like, that's the guy who we made captain. But then this team has been very skint when it comes to the amount of central defenders that we had. We lost one of our main starting 11 who's been in the squad since the 18-19 season in Tuto. He got sold to UAE for shed load of money, which, hey, when you're a Bundesliga club and your TV deal isn't worth, like 10-15 billion dollars like the European right, the overseas rights are for the Premier League, you kind of have to
hey man, didn't we give you like 80 million in the summer?
We made a shed load of money, but the thing was, so Ekitike, that didn't all come to us. I think it was 25% of it went to Paris Saint-Germain. Damn it. Eventually the Qataris were going to figure it all out. Who knew it was going to all happen in 1 year? Yeah, happens. But the central defense had been all season long has just been a weakness. We haven't had a clean sheet against anybody. The first round of the cup, our FA Cup, the DFB Pokal, it's kind of interesting because you have the top two divisions all playing, and we still conceded a goal in a team that is in what would be considered, what was the old name? Blue Conference North. We allowed a team from there to score a goal. But yeah. I mean, we crushed them. I think 7-1 was the final score, but we still gave up a goal. We have actually not had a clean sheet all season, and it's about as frustrating as, I'm in Kansas City. For those people who know anything about North American football, that means Patrick Mahomes is just this god, but when he throws the ball and the other guys can't catch the damn ball, you just throw your hands up and say, what can you do when you're not starting off to a perfect season? So we can attack and really throw a great amount of teams out of whack. But you know what? If you come back, if you have a strong defense or you just have a game plan that works, we're just going to crumple like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Very good points of views. I think we knew that coming in terms of Frankfurt had some defensive issues. So it was one of those games that we really kind of needed almost, especially from our point of view. But yeah, I mean, I can totally understand it from Frankfurt's view as well. I mean, Johnny, in terms of kind of LFC's kind of day to day, how did you think the kind of overall match was? Because we've gone over the team sheet, a couple of points here and there. We've heard from the Frankfurt side what their view was, but what was it kind of your view today? How did you think the match played out today? And I'd like to add, who do you think? I know you've said Joe's would probably be man of the match, but is there any other big names that you would kind of highlight as well?
Yeah, so I'll get to that part last. I'll start from the first half. I thought we started shaky, if I'm being completely honest. We looked kind of similar to how we started the last 4 games. Just getting the ball, giving it away, doing nothing, sideways passes. And then you just knew it was coming. We weren't scoring first. Of course, Frankfurt scored first. And I think there was a stat, the commentator was saying that Frankfurt have conceded a goal in the first 10 minutes in their last 4 or 5 games, something like that. And of course, they score against us within the first 5-10 minutes. It's just, and it was sloppy by our part. Midfield was completely wide open again, we've seen against Man United.
The ball taken away by a 22-year-old. Who just took him right off the ball, and you could see in his face when he looked right behind him, like, "Who the F are you, kid?"
Yeah.
And then bing, bang, boom. That's what we do best. That's what we do best.
And to be honest, I thought when it's on that, Frankfurt's right-hand side, they're attacking us, I was like, okay, well, Robertson's surely going to close him down.
Yeah.
What does he do? He just, I don't even know what he's doing. He's just watching him. I don't know the guy's name who scored, but
Christensen, former Leeds United player.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he shoots.
Says it all right there, I know.
Goes between Robertson's legs, and you sat there and you're thinking, for fuck's sakes, man. Come on. We're going to lose 5 in a row. But thankfully, that did not happen. Sorry, Brian. We finally got to see Hugo Ekitike at his best, which I loved. What a way to redeem
you guys
himself,
like
by
him,
the way.
huh? You guys don't want to send him back?
What a way for Robertson to redeem himself, hey? What a ball that was by him to Ekitike, who just... the pace on him. Oh, my God. He's quick. Anyway.
That's what we did last season. We had him and Omar Marmoush up top, and we just lump it, and those guys are just bing, bang, boom in between each other. And there's a reason why we had only 3 shots on target versus Bayern last season and had a 3-3 draw. And the Bayern fans next to me, they had 85% possession. They're like, looked at me and like, how the fuck did you just fucking do that? And I'm like, you see them? A lot faster than me, aren't they?
Yeah. So, we get back into it. Lovely finish. And we scored 2 corners. Scored from 2 corners. What?
The Arsenal way. The Arsenal.
Are we Arsenal right now? What's going on there? I don't remember the last time I watched Liverpool take set pieces, and I'm thinking, got a chance here. We got a chance to score in this. As soon as Konaté goes in, I'm thinking every set piece now we got a chance. It was unreal. Loved it. Going to halftime, 3-1 up, and then Isak is coming off, and I'm thinking. At first, I thought it was for his performance, but then Arne Slot said at the end of the game he actually had a niggle, so
interesting. That's
why he came off. Second half was just. I don't remember. This is what I have been crying out for all season. Forget the last 4 games. This has been all season where I've wanted to see Liverpool take the lead and just keep going and control the game, and we did that finally. Wirtz, man. I have loved that guy. I love
what a player.
I love him. Oh my God. I don't know. He could have had how many goals today? 3 easily probably. 2. Easily 2, yeah. The amount of times that Salah and Chiesa both threw on goal. All they had to do was square it. And that's an easy tap in. Whereas Wirtz does that to Gakpo, who scored again, by the way. Gakpo, man, I tell you, he is. I know you're not super fond of him.
For today.
Tell you what, man.
I'd say for United game, he was. Again, there's certain things I didn't like, but overall, I thought he was probably one of the 2 man of the match wise. I mean, even statistically wise, what a performance! He's constantly a threat there, and that's what I almost want to see, just linking up the way he crossed that ball, and I think Bradley came in the back post and he could have scored. That's what I want.
Yeah. So going on to what I was saying, just overall, I'm just so happy with the performance there. Now I'm not going to get ahead of myself here because no disrespect, Brian, but it's Frankfurt. They've conceded a lot of goals this year. I think I'll judge this team in the game against Brentford on Saturday.
Good point.
I want to see us go to Brentford, a tough Premier League game, come away from that with the same performance as tonight. That's what I want to see. If I had to pick other players for my man of the match, though, to be honest, I thought everyone was quite good. If I had to pick one, I would say, I think someone that people probably won't say. I feel like Konaté was pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked Konaté's performance. Szoboszlai, again, he's probably, since the Arsenal game, I feel like a lot of players have kind of gone out of form.
Yeah.
Whereas him, man, Szoboszlai has by far been our best player this season.
Absolutely.
Like,
I agree more.
yeah. So I would say Szoboszlai probably if I didn't. I think
How many
Jones,
Bundesliga players you guys got? Former Bundesliga players you guys got on your roster? Good grief, man.
what is it? Szoboszlai, Frimpong, Wirtz,
Konaté came from.
Frimpong came from Leverkusen. Szoboszlai came from Leipzig.
Konaté came from Leipzig
as well. Yeah. I'm gonna read a couple of comments.
Quite a few.
I'm gonna read a couple of comments out here because we've got some comments. So I'd like to see your point of views on this. So Drumtum replied into it saying, "This is how we should play 4-4-2, more intensity and pressing, 100% intensity and pressing. I saw a different level today. That's what I've been screaming out for." I think Johnny mentioned that. And then another one here says, Talio from Gary, Red, Hugo Ekatike, great win. Isaac is a problem.
I will say this much. You guys mentioned Brentford kind of as your next opposition within the Premier League as kind of the next trial. And Eintracht, going into the halftime, it just kind of deflated the fans. They didn't have that initial edge that you felt the moment that things kicked off. And anyone who saw the Tifo display probably was thinking, oh, we're in one for this one, which normally that is the case when it comes to Eintracht. But I actually think that for you guys, probably the real European granular test for you guys is not against Galatasaray. It's not against Eintracht. I think it's actually going to be home against Real Madrid because whilst they're not full cooked, that is still a dangerous team. And that is a team that you're expecting that will come the spring will be full running. And if you go up against a team like them, and you guys had an exceptional debut in the Champions League in the home opener against Real Madrid, you get that gives you what 9 points from 4 matches. You're at the halfway point there. 10 points is seen as the kind of initial cutoff that you need. I think it was 16 points to make sure that you get in that top 8 so that you're playing in the knockout matches in March, which makes a huge difference. I know Paris did go run the gauntlet, but you know what?
I just want to finish top 8. I don't care about finishing first. I just want top 8. I don't care about finishing first in this. It means nothing. Didn't win a trophy last year for finishing first in the Champions League group phase. Like, just top 8. Missed that round of 32 game. Round of 16, that's where you start off. That's what I want.
So I just want to kind of drop in there. So we're actually on X and Twitter. On X, we've got close to 3,000 views. So we're on 2.9. And then on YouTube, we have just around about 6 or 7 views. The link is in the comments on the X. So if everyone wants to go over to YouTube as well, subscribe. You can definitely make some comments on the YouTube channel as well, which we'll pull up and answer any questions for Johnny O'Brien as well, or myself. So yeah, if everyone from X want to move over to YouTube to ask any questions, do so. Or if you just want to subscribe, do so as well. Would be much appreciated. I've got a question here, and it's more kind of a statement, and maybe kind of Brian can jump on this as well. And the question is, I don't want to be negative, but what happens if Brentford scores and maintains the discipline to stay in the low block? Frankfurt is very open. I mean, I'll start with you, Brian. Do you feel like Frankfurt is open after they conceded the first one? Do you feel like they just went gun-ho and was like, we need to score another? Or did you feel like that's a typical Frankfurt performance with their defensive team?
Our defensive liabilities are there. We can, if you have the mojo within the team, going. So you're attacking with full ferocity and banging in the goals right out the gate. Yeah, the defense is usually able to hold on just enough. And I really felt that Eintracht wanted to grab that second one before halftime so that you give yourself that cushion that, hey, guys, okay, we're going to switch things up. We're going to try and shut the door on this sort of match. So this is Dino Topmuller's 3rd season. His first season, we had most of the attacking prowess that we had the season before. It's just when it came down to it, he was extremely defensive and he just kept the offense from kind of being fully released. And then we saw how attacking we could be once given the green light, as they say, and the 24-25 season, and that he's not been able to get back to that defensive solidity. So for Liverpool, they I do think that if Brentford just tries to do the low block, you hold on for dear life, boys, because you guys have 5 substitutions to make. You guys have a lot more depth than those guys do, and you know what? It's like it's kind of like when it comes to making a movie. Mel Brooks once said that you take the initial script and you just take a sledgehammer to it, and whatever sticks. Whatever isn't working, take it out and put something in to make the script work again. And so you guys have enough tools in your toolbox, in my opinion, to be able to make your kind of key halftime substitution moves and be able to go on and probably take a 2-1 victory over Brentford. I know that they're a tough cookie, but I mean, you know, that head coach is now at the head coach that made them who they were, in my opinion, is at Tottenham, and you just got a guy who's trying to hold everything together. It's a shame you don't have Nottingham Forest because then you guys would get some real mojo going. But I think that the Eintracht Frankfurt is that kind of team that if you beat Frankfurt, typically you go on a run afterwards. Bayern Munich went from the international break to just donkey punching Dortmund right in the face. And they also, just went on a flyer here today. So it's kind of a trend that happens with Eintracht. And yet Eintracht still is in the running for all the competitions here in Germany. It's just,
not too sure if he's cut off there.
Lisa, I kind of just want to interject on what he's just
said.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'll pull up the question again. Go ahead. Yeah.
For Liverpool, I think the difference today, because I actually thought Frankfurt did sit back quite a bit against us today. Yeah. The difference was, I don't think we allowed them to get out, especially in that second half.
Yeah.
Every time they got the ball in the defensive area, they had nobody. That's because they were covered by the deeper line of midfielders and the centre backs. Every time Frankfurt got the ball in their own half and in the second half, it seemed like it just got punted forward because they had no one available. Mm-hmm. Coming along to what's going to happen on Saturday, I think one of the big differences I seen in the second half was that Liverpool had different style of players on the field than we did on, say, Sunday against Man United. Yeah. They were on for longer. In the second half, we had players like Wirtz, Jones, Chiesa. Especially Jones and Chiesa, they just run and run and run and run. The amount of times Frankfurt got the ball and they would just close down so quickly. It was so nice to see, especially after Sunday's game where when United were sitting against us, it's just sideways, backwards, sideways, nothing forward. And then today, for example, you've got Jones and Florian Wirtz playing nice little one-twos between Wirtz and Szoboszlai. It felt like Wirtz in the second half, everything went through him.
Yeah.
That's what you need for Saturday against Brentford, in my opinion, because
Can I ask you a question? Because someone's actually asked that question in terms of, do you think Curtis Jones now starts ahead of McAllister for the game?
100%, especially for Saturday. Does he start for the rest of the season? Depends what McAllister does when he comes on and off, right? But I think for Saturday, 100%. I think Jones and Szoboszlai have to start in that midfield.
Absolutely.
I'd even say if Gravenberch is fit, I still think those two start ahead of Gravenberch and McAllister, especially Jones. Jones, every time he has come on this season, he's looked so good. Creatively, he's looked very good. He gets the ball, he always wants to drive forward. Defensively, he works his ass off. Same as Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai has been our best midfielder this year by none. So he is obviously going to be a starter. But I would say 100% for Saturday, Jones and Szoboszlai have to start in that midfield with Wirtz just ahead of them.
Yeah, I'll move on. I've got a question here for you as well, Brian. But before I do, just another question where it was do you think because I thought Wirtz and Szoboszlai's link-up play was outstanding. I thought that was one of the highlights of the game. Do you think that's the midfield three then, just Wirtz with Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones? Don't mess
for the foreseeable future, yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say so.
Brian, I'll ask you.
Brian Clough once said that, I know this is dating this analogy quite a bit, but if you get the spine right, everything else works. So goalkeeper, central defense, center midfield, and you're up there striker. You get that spine right, you're going places.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, I've got a question here for you. I'll show it again. Who are Frankfurt's next big stars? I heard it was a fullback, also Larson, making the leave, big price tag. Could they help LFC?
I think Larson honestly needs. The boy needs to. He's lost his confidence and hasn't been able to get it back. He will move on for probably 60 something million, and I think that we will be selling him cheap. But Kan Uzun is the real midfield maestro that is coming up. He's still 19. Yeah. I remember what I was doing at 19. I was chasing girls and drinking beer. So that shows you what I was up to.
Who was
He's a wonderfully talented player who's got 2 wonderful feet. He can score from a free kick. He can score long rangers. This is his second season with us, and the first season as a starter. Someone may pick him up for a big amount of money, but I imagine that he will be looking at. He's a Turkish international. I won't be surprised if he holds out for another season to get one of those landmark deals to a landmark club that is like, hey, bro, you're going to be right here at this point in our starting 11, and that's what he will want to move to, as opposed to moving to a club who's just going to pay him a big old, brings up a dump truck full of money. He wants not just a dump truck full of money. He wants to shine. He wants to be a star, and right now he is starting for Eintracht. He was kind of held off, I think, for good reason against Liverpool. I think maybe Dino Topmolo had a feeling that, like, hey, he either will, if he doesn't hit it off against Liverpool, he was probably thinking that, also playing him too much is another thing you have to worry about at 19, that, you lose your confidence so easily at that young age. And he's scored so many goals for us this season that he will be the next 100 million euro sell that Eintracht has. And I know some people are like, oh, 100 million, that's a load of money. It's like, yeah, well, we got to feed the rest of the Eintracht machine. The fans can only cheer on as a 12th man so much before they realize, maybe your replacement player is not as good as the other guy was.
Nice. And I've got a question for, I'd say, from a Liverpool perspective, but I like your view as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny, for me, I'd like to ask about kind of, obviously the highlights, we've scored great goals, everything's amazing. I want to kind of do a different perspective in terms of, and we have to speak about it because it's another game without a clean sheet. And I've got a statistic here that I also heard about on the commentary. It's 18 goals conceded within 13 games in the first 13 games. Last year, we only conceded 7 goals in 13 games. Obviously, there's a massive difference of 11 goals conceded across those 13 games. Is it just one of those where we're like, okay, listen, the 70%, 75% of the game was amazing, we just forget about it? Or is there still, a huge issue? Or we're going to find out in Brentford. Like, what's your view on this conceded goal or these issues that we've had with conceding goals early on?
I feel like for today, it's a tough one because Robertson should be doing better there. He should be closing down his man. And in the first half, there was a few times where our midfield was so open. I remember I think it was just after Frankfurt scored. They got a ball and they were in our in the middle there, and just so much space from our midfield just given to Frankfurt. I definitely think it's an issue. It has been for a while. Like you just said, 18 games. Like it's definitely been a problem for us, and it's also hard to look at a negative today because we just won 5-1. So like it's hard to and we were defensively very good as well. If you take away the goal, Liverpool were very solid today at the back. Konaté and Van Dijk looked very good, I thought. Very good in the air. Robertson did make up for that, and he played he played very well, I thought, for the rest of the game. Connor Bradley came into the mix and played very well. Frimpong getting injured as well. Again, that's kind of sad because he was looking lively, especially in that first half. Yeah, I definitely think it's still causes for concern. But again, we've got to see what happens against Brentford on Saturday. Because if this is just a blip, and say we go to Brentford and we lose again, questions are being asked again. And this result would be completely forgotten about very quickly. Very quickly.
Couldn't agree more, Johnny. Brian, just before I move on to you, I just want to mention that we've got 4.2k viewers on X, which is, it's definitely increased over the last couple of minutes. Guys, again, the link for the YouTube is on the comments. Anyone that wants to ask any questions, go over to YouTube, pop the questions in there, give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, please. And any questions, pop it in YouTube and we can read it out. For any burning questions that you may have. We've got 6 or 7 views on YouTube, but we've got 4.2k on X. So go ahead, Brian. Sorry to interrupt that.
For me, what I saw from Liverpool was, hey, you know, in the grand scheme of things, when you have a high intensity match that gets the fans' juices going, because hey, you know what? Liverpool versus Cardiff, just throwing a random team out there, that's not usually going to get the juices flowing for the fans, whether it be home or away, as much as Manchester United versus Liverpool. And hey, it just needs one moment to just turn things on your head in a highly electrified environment like that. And, those Manchester United players, they nicked one. They're like, hey, we did it. Let's try that again. They saw the reaction from their fans, and the amount of moaning and groaning that even us who primarily focus on the Bundesliga hear about Manchester United. It's like, you know what? It's like, buddy, just drown yourself in your beer, please. You just put yourself out of your misery. And matches in highly volatile atmospheres like that can happen where you just have a result where you just scratch your head and you're just like, how the fuck that happened? You just gonna have to shake. And the question then is for the players that are you able to then shake it off and go on to the next one? Now, for those guys, they probably came together after the Manchester United match, in my opinion, and said, okay, what are we? Like, what is our identity? Are we a team that's just going to crumple the moment that something goes against us? No? Well, let's go out there and prove it. Mm-hmm. Guess what? You got the goal to get the equalizer, and I noticed that Liverpool then started pushing further and further up Eintracht, kept Eintracht in their own half, and from there I was just like, the entire attitude has it's like a switch was just flipped, and everything was all gung ho, and that to me is what you need when you're a team who you get on just a losing run. All you need is that one thing to just turn a switch, and suddenly you're all, full guns blazing. So for me, Liverpool, guys will be fine. I'm not sure how the title race will come out, but you know what? Arsenal has dropped a major lead in the English title once before. They'll do it again.
I don't know,
just
man.
because
I think Arsenal are looking. I made a TikTok video yesterday saying this. I think Arsenal are one of, if not the best team in Europe. Right
they
now.
Are so the longer that they're in, the longer they are at the top, the longer they're going to worry that the bottom's going to fall out, and they just know that the collapse will happen, and they will internally blame themselves, and it will be all over again. And I'll be here for it because.
You'll be invited to the parade, Brian. Never mind.
I'll be invited to the party.
You'll be invited to the parade.
We're already. The thing is, it's kind of hilarious that one of the players for former Eintracht player at the time, Daichi Kamada, now at Crystal Palace, he scored a brace against Arsenal, and that made Unai Emery get the sack, and now Arsenal has their current head coach that they have. So we have a lot of connections with the Premier League guys, so watch out. I'm pretty sure you guys will be just fine.
Let's see. Got a question here for both of you. We'll start with Johnny Gale. Johnny, what is going on with kind of Isaac at the moment? Isaac, he's only had, I think from his statistics as well, what I pulled up is he had 14 touches in one half. He passed 9 balls, 67. He only completed 6 passes, and they were very simple passes. Got a rating of 6.4. 2 shots, but again, nothing I could remember that was. I think he had a one-on-one chance. I actually thought he was going to lob the goalkeeper. I thought he was going to do that no look. Remember Daniel Sturridge against Everton, where he wasn't looking and he just lobs it over the goalkeeper. I thought he was going to be that smart. What's your view on Isaac? And does he deserve to have that number 9 from now on? Do we just stick with him? Like, we've spent this money, we continue. Give it to him, you've seen the aura with this guy. He's just back. He looks class.
So the thing with Isaac, I was listening to a podcast this morning driving to work, and they were talking about Liverpool. They were talking about Isaac, and one of the things that I've noticed actually since hearing this today, especially, Isaac hasn't played against low block that often.
Yeah.
In his Newcastle career, it was very rare that he played against a low block team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's obviously struggling right now. Like, we can't look past this. Like, he should have scored on Sunday against Man United, his 1-on-1. He probably should have scored today too in that first couple of minutes there. I don't know. Like, Slot says that he went off with an injury, and if I'm being honest, you could tell in the first half, towards like I'd say halfway through to the end of the first half, you could tell there was something up with him. Like, I was sat here watching, and I'm like, it's just something up with him. Like, he's not moving correctly. Like, he's not getting in behind anymore. Because in the first couple of minutes, he was making runs in and behind, and he stopped doing that all of a sudden. So I think today's a different one because he did pick up an injury. However, going forward, how can you not play Ekitike, man? Like, how can you not play him? He comes on every time he's played for us this season. He's been the best attacker for us. It begs the question, though, at the same time, like, why did we bring in Isak? Why did we spend that money on Isak instead of spending it on a midfielder? However, even though I just said that now, I still think it's way too early to say that because Isak is, on his day, one of the best strikers in the world.
Yeah.
Not saying he is the best, one of. He just hasn't found the form yet, and who knows, maybe the whole transfer saga really did a number on him mentally. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. Could you, like, from perspective, could you imagine going to, you start off this, before the summer starts, all your friends are at Newcastle, you've got a good relationship with the manager, and then all of a sudden, you've lost all those friends at Newcastle. You've lost the respect from your manager and the coaching staff and the fans that loved him. The fans at Newcastle loved Isak. So obviously that's going to do something mentally to you. But saying that at the same time, he should be adapting a little bit better with this Liverpool squad. Who knows? In the second half, could have came out with it being more open for Liverpool. Who knows what could have happened with Isak? He could have got in behind more. Going forward, Ekitike starts. Put Isak on the bench. Bring him on.
Gary definitely.
Which is a crazy thing to say, by the way.
I know, especially with the price. I mean, Gary agrees with you. He says, drop him. Just want to comment here. We've close to 5K on X. We've got 4.7. And we've actually gone up a bit on YouTube as well with 12 views. And then, guys, if you want to move over to YouTube and ask anyone a question here, that'd be amazing. The comment for the YouTube link is in the comment, which you can subscribe to our channel and ask any questions here as well. So, Brian, I'll move over to you. What's your thoughts on Isak, the big money move? I know your boy bagged a beautiful goal. He looked beautiful playing. Do you think we should have him as our main number 9? For me, I always felt like bringing him in and the way he has been, he is our number 9. Isak is a beautiful player for sure. Great play, but I don't know. There's something about, Ekitike. He's been a star for us at the moment. Do you see that as well, or do you think we should just stick by our most expensive striker and have that partnership as well?
He, honestly, and I knew that when you guys purchased Ekitike, I'm like, he's going to, everyone was asking, it's like, how do you think he's going to do? And I said, if you play him and surround him with the right guys, he will flourish. And I've seen a little bit of him. And so far, he's kicked ass, taken names. You guys have looked stellar with him in your lineup. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to miss you. I'll deal with it. I'm going to miss you. And I saw Isak when he was a teenager. So he went from Ike in Stockholm to Borussia Dortmund. Some folks may not remember that. He was just this kind of willowy kind of kid that they just threw him up top and did not utilize him correctly. Isak, I didn't watch him enough in the Premier League, but from what I saw today, he if you give him enough time to gel with Ekitike, that could be the 1-2 punch up top tactically, long term that could benefit Liverpool. It's just a question of is everyone going to be patient enough? I know that the Manchester United thing and the couple matches before that kind of left a sour taste in your mouth, but it's just a matter of like, hey, he was such part of the furniture at Newcastle. It does take a second to kick in. It's just, hey, some guys hit the ground running. Other guys kind of spin their wheels a little bit before they get some traction. And I think if you guys do give Isak the patience that I think any major signing like that deserves, you guys will find that you guys can play with both at the same time, and all likelihood create problems for every team that plays in England and Europe, let's be for that matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I'd like to kind of go into next week's game, and just on the back of that, I think we've not even mentioned.
And at that, boys, I should also mention that I probably need to get going. I appreciate the time that you guys have here. And if anyone does want to listen to our podcast, it's called Hey Eintracht Frankfurt. We're on all the podcast platforms. We're on YouTube as well. The fellas do cover the men's team. We have a women's team that's also in the top division. We cover them as well because, you know, equality for all that. We actually have had a couple interviews with players on from both genders on our team as well that occasionally will pop in. We're a family club, and if anyone who went to the match or is planning to go on a trip to Germany, consider this. You're able to get from any UK airport to Frankfurt at the snap of your fingers. You can literally get from the airport terminal to the stadium in 10 minutes. You will then get out to this lovely aroma of funny cigarettes, sausages, and urine because, guys, hey, you got to go. You take a piss in the trees. There's a reason why it's called the Waldstein is because it's in the forest. You're able to go to the match. You're able to have a fun day out with people who are just going to be like, hey, thanks for coming. Welcome. Museum's there. Cheap beers over there. Cheap food's over there. Enjoy yourself, and you'll be able to come out of that with a cheaper match day moment than any Premier League away match that you can have in the UK. I can guarantee you that.
Talking about away games, I used to live in Germany and in Mönchengladbach, and so funnily enough, I've actually been in the away section for Frankfurt at Mönchengladbach, and it was a crazy game. I was only like 8 years old at the time, but Frankfurt were 3-0 up, and then Mönchengladbach came back to win 4-3. But I remember the away fans, man. It's still to this day the loudest atmosphere I've experienced in football. I've been to lots of games, and that is by far the loudest. Yeah, that was when Mönchengladbach opened up their new stadium.
Borussia Park, It's an interesting fact. Well, Borussia Park's stadium is not the original stadium that their team of the 70s and 80s won all those titles on, and I think you guys played them in a European final somewhere back when. But the stadium that they left their original stadium to that stadium, but Eintracht Stadium is now 100 years old.
Damn.
We've just redeveloped it twice, and I love it. It's, like I said, it's super easy to get in and out of. And you can't say that about a lot of stadiums. Look, I'm in the United States. If you guys think you're going to be able to get in and around our stadia very easily in the United States for the World Cup in 2026, think again.
I know.
Come early and expect to pay a lot to be able to enjoy it. But I'd like to show my appreciation for you guys and how welcoming you made me feel. If anyone does come to Kansas City, let me know. You can follow me on Twitter and at KCSGE. And I'll point you out all the good beer spots in Kansas City and show you where the Kansas City Liverpool Supporters Club is. And I got some friends who are over there. So thanks for having me on. And until next time.
Brian, it's been a pleasure. Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Thank you very much for joining on.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you later.
See ya.
So Johnny, I'd like to go into kind of next week's game, but before I do, I'll just kind of mention last time about kind of the viewerships going into over to YouTube. So we've got now over 5K, so it's 5.2K on X.
Nice.
And in the comments, we do have the YouTube link. We've got around about 16 viewers now. It's definitely going up on the YouTube.
Right on.
Anyone else got any questions? What I'd like to see is some maybe starting 11 for next week, which I'm about to ask Johnny. Anyone got any kind of mentions about the starting 11 next week, this Saturday? But what I'd like to ask mainly is, and we've not spoke about this person once, I think briefly, is Salah. Again, there's a chance where he could have passed it across goal, and I was like,
oh man. I understand Johnny, it though. So I understand the not passing it from Salah's perspective. It's 5-1 at that point. He's desperate for a goal, so he's gonna be a bit selfish. It's 5-1. I'm thinking it'd be nice for you to pass it to Wirtz, but I also want to see Salah score at the same time, because when Salah scores, man, it doesn't stop. It does not stop. Going on to the starting 11 for Brentford, I think it pretty much is the same. Speaking of that guy Salah, though, I would bring him in on Saturday at that right wing. I would go because I'm only basing this off Isak being out for Saturday's game. But I still think even with Isak being fit, I think they've taken turns now. Ekitike and Wirtz started on the bench against Man United. Salah started on the bench today. Maybe Isak starts on the bench, and this is where we find out, okay, maybe the team flourishes with us because we're going to have a star player on the bench at one time, I think. Yeah. Because you got players like Cody Gakpo who are just playing too good to leave out right now. Yeah. But I'll get into my 11 because I guess I'm giving it away right now. That's Billy, obviously, in goal. Who I thought he's going under the radar, by the way. I thought he's been decent, I think, when he's played. Right back, Connor Bradley. Centre backs, the same, Van Dijk and Konaté. Left back is a bit of a toss-up, I think. I think that's one of the positions where it's like either or. I think he plays Kirkes. Yeah. Robertson played a full 90 today. Can he play 60 minutes against Otara, who is very good, who plays on the right for Brentford? I think he plays on the right for Brentford. Or Shude, is that his name? I can't remember the other winger's name for Brentford. However, I think Kirkes does start on Saturday. Midfield, the exact same as that started today. Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Florian Wirtz. It has to be the same. Those three today. The only thing that actually worries me about it is Wirtz played 90 minutes today. Yeah. Typically, if you play 90 minutes during the week, his track record this season has been, if you play 90 minutes in the midweek, you're not starting the next game as like the attacker. So part of me hopes that I think he's.
I mean, he was on the bench. He was on the bench against United, so he didn't play. Do you know what I mean? So I would.
He's got to play today. He's got to play on Saturday, surely. Yeah. 2 assists today. He could have had a couple of goals. He's definitely, and Curtis Jones too. Like McAllister came on, and I thought McAllister looked okay for the couple of minutes that he played. Yeah. It's just Curtis Jones, man. He has to. And Szoboszlai is Szoboszlai. So that's the midfield three. My attack, Gakpo on the left. Another goal today. Nobody's talking about him again. But he scores again today.
Good point.
Gakpo, Ekitike. I don't even need to go into Ekitike. And I would put Mohamed Salah on that right, solely because I thought Chiesa today, another person who we haven't spoken about, I thought Chiesa was good defensively. Attacking-wise, I didn't think he was great. Yeah. So I think Mo Salah starts on Saturday for me on the right. However, I can see a world where he does play. Maybe he does play Chiesa over Salah. I can't think Salah being benched twice. I
don't think
just can't see it. Yeah, so I think Salah plays on the right, Ekitike in the middle, Cody Gakpo on the left. And then, I quickly want to bring this up because it's weird to me that we haven't seen him the last few games. What's going on with Rio? Like, I was so shocked he didn't come on today.
Someone's put that
even for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
I was shocked he didn't come on today. That really surprised me because, in my opinion, if he's not coming on today in a game like today, should he have been playing with the youth team to get minutes under his belt today?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you actually saw that game, but Liverpool won 5-4 today. That was a crazy game of football, the youth league game today. But yeah, anyway, that's my starting 11 for Saturday, and I want to see the same performances today, apart from conceding early. I'd love a clean sheet.
Just a couple of points on that. I think with Rio, I think when a manager's back is against the wall, and I think he is slightly worried about his job, he'll probably say he wasn't thinking about it, but I think you can't trust the youngsters then, and he just needs results as soon as possible. So maybe that's an excuse right now, but that is a good point, to be honest. I think Chiesa, I agree with you. I think he's almost like a perfect Klopp player who just chases the goalkeeper down, chases the right back down, and he's an animal. I thought that pressing.
He's someone you bring on in like the 60th minute when you're winning to see a game out, in my opinion.
Perfect. I would like to see him start. Maybe some games, maybe we're at home against like Southampton.
I think we play Crystal Palace next week in the Cup. In the League Cup, so I would not be surprised if he starts that game. Same as Rio as well.
What's your verdict on the result? Like head, heart, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh man, what was it? We're playing against Kelleher, Henderson, Van der Berg, Carvalho. Oh man, the script writers, man. Let me tell you, is the script. My head is telling me
60-yard screamer for sure.
My heart is telling me Liverpool go there and we win 3-1, 2-1. I just want to win. I don't care how we do it. I just want to win. My head though, man. Oh my god, an 8:00 game at night. We do not deal well with set pieces, and one of Brentford's strengths is those long throw-ins. I watched the game against West Ham on Monday. The amount of long throws they put in the box, I can't remember the fullback who does it. It's Rory Delap-esque. His throw-ins are unbelievable. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's Sade, his name is the winger. Otara and Thiago, all three of them are very good. Henderson is good in that midfield as well. Liverpool have to win. There's no other way out of this. We can't draw this game either. We have to win. We have to win this game.
Would you say? Let me before we go, because we've just gone over 50 minutes here. I'm going to ask you one or two more questions. Yeah. If we draw or lose, do you think that's so? First question is: are we still in the title race? That's the first.
Oh yeah. Come on now, 4 points off it.
If we draw or lose, are we still in the title race?
What would that be? Arsenal win, they go 9 points clear. That's bad math. Say if Arsenal win, they go 7 points clear of us. Oh, I think when it gets to the 10-point mark is where it's over. I think 7 points is very difficult, because do you really see Arsenal dropping 7 points with the way they're playing? I think Liverpool, if we can keep it to 4 points, 3, 4, maybe even 5 points by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm still thinking, okay, we're still in this. Yeah. But if we're getting to March time, for example, and it's still 5 points, I'm like, nah, there's no way. But yeah, of course, we're still in it. Of course we are. The amount of players, the players that we have, the world-class players that we have, if today is anything to go off as well, we could go to Brentford. We could smack them up 4-0.
Yeah.
And then people are definitely turning their heads and thinking, oh, okay, Liverpool is for sure back in this now. Yeah. I would say definitely right now, even if we lose or draw, we're still in the title race, in my opinion.
It'll be interesting to see the reaction of Brentford. If this was like a one-off, or do we now continue with this? Because that was the old Liverpool, right? Pushing them against their box and just constantly pressing them. The attack was like fluid. I loved what I seen today. In that, again, 75% the first 10-15 minutes. Old this season, Liverpool. The other 75% was amazing. Last question of the evening before we head off is, you're sitting here right now and you're seeing everything that you're seeing. Do you take a Premier League right now or a Champions League this season? Or let me ask you another question. Arsenal win the Premier League and we win the Champions League, or we win the Prem?
Oh, the Champions League. I don't want Arsenal winning a European trophy. Nah. So for that question, 100% Liverpool win the Premier League. Liverpool win the Champions League, they win the They can have the Premier League.
Forget Arsenal. Just Premier
League or Champions League. I think because we won it last year with fans, I think it was so special. I think the Champions League is just the biggest one, isn't it? Yeah, and not only that, winning the Champions League gets you into the next Club World Cup.
Yeah, good point. It'd be nice to have
because I think in 4 years from now, the Club World Cup is going to be the next big thing in football, in my opinion. For me, I would pick the Champions League this season. Obviously, I would love the Premier League, but Champions League. What about you? What would you want?
Because again, it's all the Arsenal situation. I have so many friends that are Arsenal fans.
Me too.
it hurts my soul to see Arteta of all people win a Prem. But the Champions League for me is always like, my highlight was when I went to Madrid and I watched them win the Champions League. That was amazing. Like even like Istanbul, like the Prem peak was like obviously Klopp, and then the COVID is like a bad taste because we weren't able to celebrate it. Last year was just amazing. But yeah, for me, there's no higher regards than the Champions League. There's something about it on the Champions League final. Like it's always like the end of May or the beginning of July. It's always summer, and it's always like in a beautiful city that you can go to. And I don't know, there's something about the Champions League. I'd love to win it again.
Me too.
Because everyone's won the Premier League now in that squad, and to have Wirtz and TK and Isak win a Champions League, just to be like, this is what it's all about. Basically,
I think with the amount of teams as well, it feels like this year compared to last year, there are superpower teams. Is that the correct word that I'm using?
Yeah.
I think your Arsenals, your PSGs, your Bayern Munichs. You could put your Barcelonas in there, your Madrids. I feel like the big teams this year are actually very good. Yeah. I think so. Being able to beat them, that would be some statement, and I'd love it. I'd love it.
Good point. Very good point. So let's listen. We've got a game on Saturday first. That's the main step. So we'll see how that goes.
At least I can look forward to it now. I can look forward to it.
That's the main. Yeah, the next 4 days is actually a bit peaceful. I can look.
Gonna feel nice.
Some highlights again. I didn't have to run away from YouTube and stuff. So just want to say firstly, thank you. Yeah, Gary's mentioned that he'll rather have the Prem. So we've had 5.8 views right now on X. Again, guys, if you can run over to YouTube, the link is in the comment. Subscribe to our channel. There's loads of content that's going to be coming out there. We had about 20 views on YouTube on this channel as well, so it's definitely increasing. But just want to say thank you very much for everyone viewing the podcast today or the chat. Very, very so much more positive than the last chat that we had. Appreciate Johnny coming on here. Always
thanks for having me, man.
Absolute knows ball knowledge right here. Johnny, I know you've got TikTok. I'll mention mine later on, but what's your TikTok for people to follow?
I got my TikTok name in the... I think you're able to see it. I can't see it on my screen, but you might
Johnny
be able to see it.
Johnny K.
Johnny K LFC. That's the main one I use is TikTok for social media. I posted a video before coming on here today. Go follow it. I'm so close to 11,000 followers. And go hit that up. And Twitter too.
And mine's Bold Wild, BALDWAL, bold as you get. All right, perfect. Cheers, Johnny. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday.
Yes, mate.
Good luck with the result, and let's hope we get another 3 points, mate.